Tough game for sure. Harden came out, made a ton of shots early, but we stayed within the game. I think it was a 3-point game with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. They made a run to finish. We tried to make a little push there at the start of the third, but they knocked us out in the third quarter, and we didn't recover from that. We got a long season. We got a lot of work to do. People have Thanksgiving tomorrow. Hopefully everybody will enjoy your day, and you guys included. Come back to work on Friday.
Brian, when the team loses so many games in succession, particularly by large amounts, how do you ensure that with the young guys that their development is not impaired?
You keep coaching, you keep teaching, and you keep showing them the right way to play, and we use every moment that we have to take advantage of that. Sometimes in these hard moments, I think you can grow. You're learning how to get some resolve, some resiliency. And we show that this year. I've been really proud of our group this year, is that we have shown that even in some tough moments. Even tonight we showed some moments. I didn't think as much in the second half, but we showed some resolve in the first to cut it. And I thought we missed some shots at the end of the second that would have kind of staved off their run a little bit. We had some wide open shots. But we have to accept where we are, and we have to but not accept our reality of going forward. And how do we get out of this? I think sometimes in the struggle of things, you can make great changes because it's going to reveal our character. And I talked about that before. One thing I was really proud of these guys in the timeouts and the huddles is they were coaching each other. They were helping each other. And that shows me that we're on the right track, even in a tough moment.
With the three rookies, considering that they haven't been through this before, do you have any concern that the losing takes a toll on them, that like a psychological toll on them that could then hamper their growth?
I do not. I will differ from most on people. I think that I believe in the character of our guys, first and foremost. I think when you're in tough things, I think you can really grow, and I think that's what I've been impressed with. These guys are continuing to grow even when they're faced with adversity. And we're not going to back down from that. And we're going to double down on what we believe in and habits and teaching and coaching. And this will eventually turn someday. But I believe we're, in some ways, going to grow from this. And that's what we're going to take advantage of.
You said that you can make good changes during difficult times. What do you anticipate those changes to be?
It's a resolve thing more than anything. It's a mindset. It's learning how to fight through things. This league is unforgiving. There's some great players in this league, and there's some great teams. And it's very cutthroat because guys want to be in this league. It's hard to be in this league. There's only a certain amount of people who can play in this league. So it's a competitive atmosphere. I think you sometimes have to go through the fire of this. So there's a lot of examples of teams who had to do this. They've had some tough games. I've been part of that myself. I believe that we're going to grow from this. But we have to do the work. And that's where the beauty is there's no magic to this. It's can you get lost in the process of getting better? And I think that's what our group has continued to do. So I feel like we're going to make a running start forward. We're just taking a couple steps back right now. But we're going to dig in and continue to work. And that's what I like about our group.
I believe that's 8 out of the last 10 games where the Wizards have failed to score 110 points. What do you think specifically might have caused the offense to go a bit stagnant?
I actually thought that for the first half we were trying to play the right way and tried to find the right shots. Some of them didn't go in. I think we got a little turnovers, tried to play in crowds and force them when it got tough, and that led to them expanding their lead. But we got to continue with the process of building us the right way, and that's on both ends. That's not just on offense, too. It's on both. We have a long year to go, and we're going to get better.
And I noticed after that first quarter in which James Harden had such a great quarter, you started to double him, you threw him some different looks. What did you think about the execution after those adjustments?
I thought it helped change at least the rhythm of the game, at least make some different guys make some plays, some different guys get some shots. He was on fire. We had to do something. We weren't just going to let him tee up threes. So we made a little adjustment. I thought it helped a little bit. That kind of gave us a little bit of a run there going into the second, but we just didn't finish the quarter well in the second. That would have propelled us in the halftime, but we missed some shots that were open, kind of led to that too.
When you're in our position, organizationally and also in this current part of the season, This kind of the stuff that we're going through really tests you mentally and physically and emotionally. And you have to keep reminding yourself that the really good players and the great ones in this league and even in life, like, don't run away from hard times. You run to them. And hard times like this that we're in is what develops, strong character and helps you, move forward. Like, I am a fourth-year player. I consider myself to still be young, but I have been through a lot of stuff in the league, and I've seen a lot of things, and I've been through a lot with this organization. And so hard times like these, I can harken back on the times before and help it lead me. I'm still not perfect. Like this, what we're going through is really wearing on all of us, including myself. But I have the luxury of experience, and I have the luxury of going through times like this, and it's my responsibility to help people who don't on our team who don't have the experience that I do to stay with it. And it's going to break and it's going to turn, but we don't have necessarily all of the luxuries of deciding when it will turn. And you have to keep working hard and keep developing and keep pushing until it does. That's the only choice we have.
Malcolm was talking yesterday about how he felt the need to speak up after the game because he implied that some people were feeling discouraged, essentially.
Sure.
How do you notice when that's happening, and how do you try to stave that off as you guys are going through a tough part of the season?
It's an easy thing to tell. Body language is a huge thing. A lot of people get quiet when things aren't going well. And it's the credit goes to Malcolm for speaking up, because he did, and we need him to be that for us. When he speaks, people listen. He's like a level-headed dude. He brings a calm energy. He was one of the bright spots for us today, without a doubt. And his consistent play is the reason why there's still a lot of hope within this organization. And guys like Malcolm, there's a reason why. There are more reasons than one why he's stuck around for so long. It's because he's really, really good, but also people gravitate towards him, and his energy is infectious. And we're going to be looking to Malcolm a lot for words like that and moments like that.
After the Knicks game, BK had some pretty critical words for you guys, and you agreed with them.
Mm-hmm.
Did you sense some of those same issues with competitiveness crop up today?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a grown man element to something that like the game that happened today. It has to, and I'm glad a lot of us are pissed and upset with how the game went today. It could be very easy to be in a slide like we're in and feel numb, and that's not the way we feel at all. We have a lot of emotional guys in the locker room, up and down the roster, and so that's the first thing you look for, are guys responding and acting accordingly in the locker room, and when we are. And so I fully expect all of us to continue to compete and to bring an extra level to our personal level of competitiveness, because getting beat like this does not feel good. And if it feels like anything but horrible to you, then you got to really kind of wonder why you're here.
Before the season, there was discussion about the cultural deposits you guys made as an organization, how they might help during these trying times. First extended bit of adversity this season. How have you noticed this team react to it differently than previous teams have? Yeah,
there's a lot less finger pointing. There's a lot less blame. There's a lot less negativity, and that's the start. We continue to encourage each other, and we continue to build each other up, both across the entire locker room, but also privately in one-on-one conversations, and that's the key. And things are bad. Things are there. We're in a big skid, and we're struggling, but things aren't toxic. And there's a big difference between the two.
I felt all right. Felt good enough to play. Took a little bit to find the rhythm. I think this is the first time I've ever missed multiple games and then came back. I missed multiple games at the end of the season last year, but I don't think the season had ended. So new situation. First time, but I feel all right. Got a couple of days to feel a little bit better, get some rehab, game in a couple of days.
And you guys have had some trouble getting your offense going in recent weeks. How can you guys turn things around on that end of the floor?
I don't know. I got to go talk to coach. We got to figure it out. We're trying, though. I mean, learning process. A lot of moving pieces. Guys are in and out. Work in progress.
What have you seen from Bilal in the last few games offensively?
Similar. Guys are in and out. Bilal's really versatile, and I think what's good about him is that he can figure out how to play in different positions and make an impact on different parts of the game. He's still learning, and I think what's really good for him is he's able to learn in real time. He's able to learn on the court. He's guarding the best player night in and night out. Sometimes he's playing the 1, sometimes he's playing the 2, sometimes he's playing the 3, sometimes he's playing the 4. So through all of this, he's learning so much, and he's figuring out so much. I think people forget that he's only in his second year. Like, he's such a mature player, and he does so much for our team. You'll have nights where you learn more than others, and he's extremely determined and motivated. So it's good for him to see these things, and no doubt that he'll continue to learn and be a hell of a player.
A couple of games on the sidelines. Did the different perspective teach you something new about this team?
A bunch.
Anything in particular?
It's a lot of stuff. Just different coverages, how people are guarding us, some of our pace, looking how connected we are in defense, how unconnected we are, just reading guys, personalities, how they are on the court, seeing how we can get guys good looks or seeing how we can get guys in good positions, and what's some things that work in terms of rotations, some play calls that maybe we could add, or some things that we could change or make a little bit more efficient. So it definitely was a completely new perspective. I definitely learned a lot from it, actually.
Jordan, your 3 rookies probably haven't experienced a losing streak of this length in their whole, even youth league careers.
Yeah.
How do you and the veterans in the locker room ensure that that this doesn't weigh on them so much that it hurts their growth?
Yeah, I think something that I told them today was like, it's really, really hard to win, and it's also hard to lose. So like, either way is going to be hard, and that's what happens when you're at the highest level. And the only way you'll get past it is if you go through it. You got to experience it. You're going to continue to learn a lot. And all it takes is one moment. All it takes is one thing to bring everything together. But moments like this really show who loves the game, who wants to continue to work, who wants to find ways to get better, who wants to be in the lab, who wants to watch film. So it definitely tests your character, but we got really good guys in that locker room. And speaking from existence, I mean, I think losing early in your career sets a different perspective for you. My first year in the league, we were trash, bro. We might have been worst team, if not the second worst team in the league. So to see that, and then see the other side where you're competing night in and night out, and you're trying to be a playing team, and then being a championship caliber team, all the way through, it just is what comes with the league. That's the fun part. That's the cool part about the sport.
What's your read on how the locker room is doing at a time when, well, obviously no one likes to lose?
Yeah. I mean, you said it. I mean, no one likes to lose. We got definitely competitive guys in there, but what's just cool to see is we got guys who you can lean on. Like, you can go lose a game, but you got guys who you can come talk to, chop it up with. They'll give you positive reinforcement, but they'll also keep it honest. And it's not negative energy. It's not bad energy. It's not people butting heads. It's just a matter of like the urge and the want to try to figure out things, figure out ways to, be positive, make a positive impact. And in a situation like this, that's all you can really ask for.